Have you ever seen someone at 82 walking steadily, without a cane, without fear of falling? In Japan, this is common. And no, it's not genetics. Science shows that up to 80% of how we age depends on habits, not DNA. So, what's the secret behind this remarkable independence? After all, what keeps these people so active for so long? Everyone thinks aging healthily is a matter of luck or DNA, but science proves otherwise. Studies published in Nature reveal that up to 80% of how we age depends on what we do daily, not on what we inherit. This means your future isn't written in your genes, but in your choices. This changes everything because it shows that independence isn't a privilege, it's a result. In Japan, this mindset is reality. People don't wait for genetics to perform miracles. They live in a way that keeps their bodies active without planned effort. It's not about going to the gym or following extreme diets, but how every detail of their routine, from how they sit to how they move, works in favor of their body. These small movements, repeated daily, build a solid foundation for aging, without limitations. Now, you might be wondering, if it's not genetics, what's the secret that sustains all of this? The answer begins with how they move, and it has nothing to do with heavy workouts or cutting-edge technology. Get ready, because the next habit is so simple, it's probably within your reach right now. Have you noticed how, in many places, life after retirement becomes increasingly sedentary? Hours spent sitting, little movement, almost no physical effort. In Japan, the opposite happens. The environment and culture are designed for movement to occur naturally. Nothing forced, nothing artificial. Every daily task involves using the body in a way that keeps muscles and joints active. They walk to the market, prepare meals from scratch, sit at low tables, and get up from the floor multiple times a day. Even the architecture, tatami mats, and absence of high chairs encourages movements that, in the West, almost disappear over time. It's quiet physical activity, unhurried, but it preserves balance and strength without the person even noticing. This is one of the most powerful secrets to aging with autonomy. But that's just the surface. There's an even more curious habit, almost forgotten in the Western world, that challenges how we sit and rest. And it's as simple as it is transformative. Want to find out what it is? Keep watching, because the next point reveals a detail that makes all the difference for your mobility. It may seem like an insignificant detail, but sitting on the floor is one of the most powerful habits for maintaining body strength. When you lower yourself to sit and then need to get up again, you activate core muscles, hips, knees, and ankles, exactly the ones that tend to weaken with age. In Japan, this practice is part of daily life. Meals at low tables, moments of rest on tatami mats, even social activities happen close to the ground. A study published in 2020 by Gerontology International showed that elders who sit on the floor frequently preserve more leg strength and greater flexibility than those who spend their lives in chairs. It's movement disguised as routine. No gym, no equipment, just a natural way to use the body. Even those who need support benefit, using cushions, leaning on walls. All of this keeps muscles working. This habit reveals something essential. Mobility isn't lost overnight. It fades when we stop challenging it. But Japan didn't stop. On the contrary, it created a life where moving is inevitable. And if you think this requires discipline or training, wait until you see the next secret. It shows how strength can be preserved without even thinking about exercise. Curious? Let's go. They don't count calories, wear sports gear, or follow strict workout routines. In Japan, strength is preserved in another way, through movement integrated into daily life. Walking to the market, preparing meals from scratch, sweeping the yard, tending the garden, all of this is disguised exercise. And the most impressive part? This consistency is more effective than intense gym sessions once a week. This approach keeps muscles active, joints lubricated, and balance constantly practiced. There's no pressure to train because the body is already moving all day. While in the West, retirement often means hours of sitting. In Japan, it's a phase of engagement, cooking, socializing, taking care of the home. This lifestyle is an invisible workout, but extremely effective against loss of strength. And this is just half the explanation. Because movement alone isn't enough. There's another factor that makes all the difference and works silently to keep the body. Strong diet. And what they put on their plates will surprise you because it has nothing to do with fad diets. Want to find out? Let's move to the next point. What you put on your plate after 60 can determine whether you walk freely or need support. In Japan, food isn't seen as restriction, but as support for the body. Every meal is designed to nourish muscles, protect joints, and reduce silent inflammation. There's no excess. Small portions, lots of variety, and ingredients that work together to maintain mobility for decades. Fermented foods like natto and miso strengthen bones and the gut, while omega-3 rich fish reduce joint pain and preserve muscle mass. Mushrooms provide vitamin D and immune support, and whole grains like brown rice and barley supply steady energy without sugar spikes. Even seaweed plays a role, offering essential minerals for muscles and nerves. This combination isn't a trend. It's a tradition that has proven effective for generations. And here's something fascinating. These foods don't require complex recipes or expensive ingredients. They're simple choices, possible anywhere in the world. But even with all this nutrition, there's still a factor that sets the Japanese apart. The way they view aging itself. An invisible secret that begins in the mind and reflects on the body. Want to know why this is so powerful? Let's find out in the next point. In the West, aging is often seen as a sign of loss. In Japan, it's the opposite. Aging means gaining respect, maintaining purpose, staying useful. This mindset changes everything. When you believe you still have an important role, the body responds. There's no abrupt pause in active life. Even at 80, many still cook, tend gardens, and participate in the community. This sense of relevance is an antidote to sedentary behavior. Because stopping movement doesn't start in the body, it starts in the mind. If you think you're no longer useful, you stop trying. In Japan, the elderly aren't isolated or treated as a burden. They're seen as central to family and society. This keeps the brain engaged and muscles in use, day after day. It's more than physical health. It's emotional health sustaining movement. And it's precisely this balance between simple habits and purpose that makes such a difference. Because it's not about living longer, it's about living with autonomy. Want to know how to apply all of this, even if you're starting at 60, 70, or 80? In the final point, you'll see it's possible, and much easier than you think. Aging with autonomy isn't a miracle, nor a genetic privilege. It's the result of simple choices repeated over time, natural movement, strengthening foods, and a mind that doesn't give up on life. The good news? It's never too late to start. Every step counts, even if it's just getting up more often. During the day, or including a bowl of miso soup at dinner. What we've seen in Japan isn't a secret formula. It's a lifestyle anyone can adopt. Small changes create big results when you're consistent. A short walk, sitting on the floor occasionally, choosing foods that truly nourish, these are details that can maintain your independence far longer than you imagine. Now the question is, what will be your first step? Because the journey to a long and active life begins with a single choice today. And if you want more practical strategies inspired by the Japanese lifestyle, stay with me, because there's much more to explore together.